All right, I had a bunch of testosterone, so I wanted to get this off because this topic pisses me off. So basically, there's this guy that we knew from prom, right? This was in May this year. We were out. This guy was single. He was in our friend group. We were just sitting there talking, and then he looks at this girl. And he points at her. He's like, oh, she's kind of cute. It was some Asian girl. She was like kind of short, whatever. And we're like, yeah, she's nice. She's nice. You should go talk to her. And this guy was sitting there. He's like looking at the girl. He's like, oh no, she's busy. She's with her friends. She's on her phone. I can't do that. He saw he literally started blushing up, started acting like a little baby. Perfect timing. Her friends leave. Girl standing there alone on her phone. I'm like, bro, this is your time. Like this moment was made for you. God came down, and he was sitting there like, bro, I got you. Like he dapped me up, and he's like, he whispered in my ear, this is for him. It's like we tell the guy, we're like, bro, she's literally alone. Go. And he's just there like, I don't want to do it. And then, bro, I pull up. I'm done at this point. I pull out my phone. I open the clock app. I set a 30-second timer. I show it to him. I'm like, bro, you got 30 seconds. And he's like, oh. I like take the dude. I push him towards the girl. Like I'm literally getting physical with him now. I push him towards the girl, and he starts walking towards her. Right? I'm like, okay, he's finally gonna do it. I was talking to my friend. I'm like, bro, he's finally gonna do it. And he's walking towards her, and then he just turns away and he goes towards like some table. I'm like, what is going on? What is this behavior? He's acting like a little kid. And I realized most guys are actually like this. Like they just can't approach anyone. You're scared of the thing you want is right in front of you, right? Not thing. The person you want is right in front of you, and you still can't get them. How sad is that? It's not just with women, it's with goals. And if you think right now like, oh, I'm not like that. Yeah, I can approach, right? I can do it. Then do it. Like you haven't done it to this day. Maybe you have once or twice. Can you go and strike up a round of conversation with any of them, any person on earth? Because genuinely, I'm at the point where I can't. A lot of people can't do that because they're worried, because they're scared. I'll tell you exactly how you can fix that and how I fix that. But the concept here is, like you should not have fear of anything at any age. You might be like, any age? Yeah, literally any age. So let me give you this. You're probably like high schoolish right now, right? Maybe you're 20 years old. When you were in middle school, do you know any single person from that time period? Any single person. All the embarrassing things you did, all the things where you were like, oh, this is so embarrassing. I can't let anyone else know about this. Does anyone give a shit? Like you're older now. Like no one cares. You guys are in different high schools. Maybe they're in a different friend group. Like no one talks about you anymore. No one cares. It's the same exact feeling once you get out of high school. It's like right now, I know how it feels, bro. Like I genuinely understand. You're in a situation at high school right now where you're like, oh, I gotta act this way. I gotta be this way. I gotta be with this friend group. I know how it feels in that moment. But I guarantee you right now, everyone else is thinking about themselves in their own head. They're playing their own movie in their head right now as they walk past you. You're trying to play your own movie looking at them. This is not the movie that you want. This is the movie that you're thinking they want. Does that make sense? You're not living your life. And this causes you to have fear of other people, fear of doing things that are out of your comfort zone. Like I genuinely know people. I've talked to a lot of people, and one of them was like, you're pretty smart. You can get to big places. Why aren't you like setting big goals? He's just like, oh, I want to go stay. I asked him like, what do you want to do like 10 years from now? It's like, oh, I'll go to like the state university and maybe I'll get a job here and like I'll get married and have a few kids. I'm like, bro, you're like the smartest person I know. Why aren't you like trying to apply to Harvard, get like a crazy tech job, start a company? He's like, oh, I don't want to get rich. There's already so many rich people. Like, I don't want to take money away from people. It's like, he's like, I want to live modest. It's like, modest, dude, all right, you can go broke while I take all the money. Thank you. Just like one less smarter guy I have to deal with, I'll give you a little concept of not fearing anything at any age. Because I was like this, like I told you, I know how it feels. Just a year ago, I'd care a lot about my hair. I would be like perfectly like trying to get the sides right. I was like, oh, I have to tighten the sides and make the top a little more baggier so that my cheekbones get defined, whatever, right? That was me this whole time. And I thought like, if I switch up my hair, then like people would be like, oh, haha, you switched up your hair. One day I was just like so pissed at like my hair. Like I was trying to wash it and it just wasn't cleaning, just all oily and whatever. So I'm like, okay, let me just try a different hairstyle, whatever. Let me just mess around. So I'll pop up a picture right now, but I just put like 2 little buns on the side, like a little girl. I'm just having fun. And I went to school, right? I walked to school full confidence. I'm like, I do not give a shit what people think, right? And I walked in First guy, I was like, oh, haha, you look like a girl, haha. Because they never seen me like this before. I'd always pull up with this bun. Second guy, I was like, oh, you look like a girl, haha. I'm like, okay, whatever. Don't care. Third guy comes along, he's like, bro, you kind of rock that. I'm like, oh, all right, bet. Thank you. Fourth guy comes along, dude, that's fire. And daps me up. All right, okay. He's like, another guy comes along, he's like, yo, that actually like fits you really well. And at this point, I'm like, what was I worried about? Like, I was worried about what people thought about my hair. I just walked in with confidence. Now, I bet you, if I told those people who were like, oh, you look like a girl, I was like, oh yeah, maybe I do, maybe I should. It's like showing insecurity. Maybe I do, maybe I should like change it. And then I went to the bathroom and changed it. All of a sudden, I gave power to them, back to my old self. I didn't give power to anyone because I know I can do what I want. Again, it's when you're in that moment in school, when someone says something to you, you're like very socially sensitive. I get it. Just trust me and take the risk. Whatever it is for you. It could be talking to that girl you're always thinking about, right? It could be, you can start small, just change up your hairstyle. That's where I started. Wear some pink as a guy, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just go mess around, show up with slides, have your toes out. Like, of course, don't be an idiot, right? Don't be stupid. Come there naked. But like enough dignity to have for yourself, some self-respect, please. Do what you want, because genuinely 2, 3, 4 years from now, most of you guys aren't even freshmen. 30 years from now, they're not going to be like, oh, Benny came with that hair one day. No one gives a shit. You're going to talk to that girl. Maybe she says, no, I don't want to date you. She's going to forget in a week. Right? You can forget it the next day. Then what? Like, what's going to happen to you? Are you scared to talk to them? Like, you know how like usually you're in a group of guys at high school, and then one guy points out some girl. He's like, oh, look at her. And all of you guys just like turn at once to look at her in like a creepy way. And one person's like, bro, don't look at all of them at once. Like, maybe sneak a peek. And then like we're all like sneaking peeks, whatever. And then one guy's like, bro, you should talk to her. We're like taking that to the bachelor. Like, yo, you should like go talk to her. And the guy's saying like, no, you do it. And then like the other guy's like, oh, you got to do it. It's like, of course, these are like high school kid things. It's just so stupid. Someone told me, oh, go talk to her. Okay. Oh, hey, I noticed you in my stats class. Like, why'd you sign up for this class? What else you got? Start a conversation from there, right? It's so simple, guys. It's not even hard. But you can start a conversation on anything. Oh, hey, is that like a North Face bag? Bro, like all girls have that. And they'll be like, no, they don't. Stop. That's not true. You just mess around. Have fun. First, you can go in with the formal lines. Then you can start messing around. Start throwing stuff out there. Most people preach this concept of like, oh, you're going to die one day. Do what you want. No one lives it. Because your entire life, you're doing what others want. I'll give you a concept. If no one else on earth existed, of course, this will be kind of hard to live, right? You don't have any people giving you water, food, whatever. Let's say if that was taken care of. If no one else on earth existed, what would you be doing? That's what you should be doing right now. Right? You'd probably wear what you want. Oh, yeah, I don't even need to wear clothes, right? Whatever. Right? Maybe that's an extreme example. But what if there was just like, it's like you and your friend. If those are the only people that existed. You would only be doing what your friend wanted you to do. Does that make sense? Because the only expectations you have are from one person. He's the only person who will be like, oh, it's kind of weird that you do that. And you kind of think on the side like, oh, maybe it is weird. And then you change it over time. And these are very subtle things that you don't notice, but trust me, they add up. Where I'm at, the way I'm standing right now, the way I'm dressing, is because I was reinforced to do this. Most of this is just behavior stuff, right? It's just reinforcement. You get an incentive or you get punished for it. I'll go back to that hair example, right? If I went to school and I cared about other people's punishments, if one person said, oh, you look like a girl, haha, I would kind of be sitting there like, okay, maybe I don't care about what this guy said. It's just one person. Now, if another guy came and he also said, oh, bro, you look kind of like a woman, bro, it's kind of stupid. I would just be there like, oh, maybe I do. That's conforming to other people. And I think there's a level to that. There's like what's it called? There's a level to which like you can control your own desire. Some people's level is like way down here, where it's like even if one person says something, they will change. Some people are up here where it's like 5 people have to say something before they change. My level does not exist. I do not care what other people say, unless they're people I value, people I respect. Like, that's it. If it's my mom, or if it's like one of my close friends who I respect and I value their opinion, I'll take it every time. But I'm not sitting there like Rob's controlling my life. Like Tom is the reason I'm not wearing what I want to wear today. Fuck those guys. Like, why am I worried about them? Let me go do it. But I guarantee you will never regret doing it. Again, you can just start small. Maybe like if you have hair, just like slick it back one day. Mess around, part it down the middle, do like little like ponytails. And what are they gonna say to you? All of a sudden your personality becomes a little bit more funny, right? They're like, oh, you know, this guy messes around. He has a little bit of fun.